Are electronic trading platforms necessary? Brokers, to license or not to license? Hidden costs and value-added resources, do they really come hand in hand? Good day, traders. My name is Simon, and I'm here with FXEmpire to help boost your Forex and CFD skills, guiding you down the path to becoming a trading expert. So, how do we tell the difference between brokers? Let's take a look. Before we do, though, let's take a tiny second to click on those like and subscribe buttons, as they really help us out. Also, a great way to keep similar content appearing on your feed. A great way to constantly get better at trading. Choosing the best financial services organization, otherwise known as a Forex or CFD broker, can be one of the most financially important decisions you make. New traders have literally hundreds of these middlemen to choose from, making it pretty hard to find a perfect fit. Things like an individual's skill level, educational needs, and initial trading stake all need to be taken into consideration. FXEmpire has your back, though, and so we've put together a little brokerage checklist, something to help you keep track of the most important factors. As I go through, maybe think about taking some notes, then stick them next to your computer while you're searching. After the video, have a little look at the description below. There should be some links to some useful resources. All right, let's take a look at this video's most important lessons. First, a robust trading platform is needed to trade our modern electronic markets. The platform you choose needs to be reliable. After all, you'll be investing your hard-earned money with it. Second, that goodwill brokers offer resources and value-added services that support the clients, your objectives. You don't just want a broker who's after your money. You want a broker who wants you to succeed. Third, try to match the broker choice with your skill, experience, and capitalization level. Not every broker will suit you, and you won't suit every broker. It's important to ensure the right fit. Fourth, take your time looking for hidden costs before opening a brokerage account. Make sure you've read the small print so that you don't suddenly find yourself up against the wall with a huge withdrawal fee. Then fifth, and perhaps one of the most important, ensure your broker of choice is licensed, regulated, and disciplined by a local regulatory body. Without this, you may find yourself either chasing down a runaway broker or, even worse, in legal jeopardy. To start our checklist, the first thing you should do when coming across a broker is examining the firm's website for signs of compliance with competent regulatory agencies. A regulated broker will have met operating standards imposed by their local regulatory body, ensuring you're protected up to a certain point. Some standard regulations include segregation of accounts. This protects client funds, and annual filings that can be easily accessed by applicants. Regulations also guarantee refunds up to a certain amount if the firm becomes insolvent and insures, as well as the broker upholding rigorous standards. Australia's ASIC, the Eurozone's ESMA, and other European state-specific regulators. India's SEBI, Japan's FSA and JSDA, Switzerland's FINMA, UK's FCA, and the USA's CFTC and SEC are some financial regulatory agencies who follow the rules to the letter. So, if you're looking for security, ensure the broker is regulated by one of these. Next, tradable products. Second on our checklist is any broker worth their weight in salt will have a good selection of tradable products. Take a good hard look at which currency pairs the broker offers before choosing a Forex or CFD broker. At the bare minimum, the brokerage should offer all major currency and cross-currency pairs, like the Euro-USD and the USD-Japanese Yen pairs. Commodity currency pairs, like the US dollar-Canadian dollar or the US dollar-Australian dollar pairs, should also be offered. These instruments are enough for most traders. Having said that, the bigger the list, the more a broker's willingness to go the extra mile stands out. After all, a broker who wants to provide customers with opportunities to trade lesser-known pairs when a shock event or other market mover hits that part of the world is a broker to stick with. For example, the Mexican peso US dollar pair attracted huge buying and selling interest when the United States renegotiated the North American Free Trade Agreement with Mexico and Canada. Just keep in mind that minor and exotic pairs usually incur much wider spreads, so be sure to look at the margin and leverage offered for each currency group. European regulations have capped margin on Forex and Forex CFDs since 2018, with a 30-to-1 limit on major currency pairs and a 20-to-1 limit on non-major currency pairs. Be sure to read the small print too. EU-regulated brokers are required to disclose the percentage of clients who lose money and provide negative balance protection to ensure the account never drops below zero. Opening a live account at most brokerages will require the standard personal information expected by most reputable financial institutions, plus a little bit about your trading experience and risk tolerance. You'll also be expected to front a minimum amount of capital to open an account. This number varies from broker to broker, but if you're not ready to use real money and just want to practice, some brokers have free demo accounts, which normally only require a name and an email address. These demo accounts give clients an opportunity to have a play around with the system before committing real money. In economic zones with tighter regulations, traders will also have to provide a social security, a national insurance number, or another tax identification number type. Once you have an account, you should be able to choose between different account types. These different tiered account options cater to different risk, capitalization, and experience levels. These tiers could look something like this. Micro and mini accounts, being lower risk and require much lower initial investment. Standard accounts are when things get serious. They require a higher initial investment, which varies from broker to broker. This leads us nicely onto our next section, deposits and withdrawal options. Most new accounts can be funded through personal checks, debit cards, ACH, wire transfers, or an online service like PayPal or Skrill. Occasionally, some brokers also allow funding via credit card, but that's no longer typical. Many clients' base currency is the same as their country of origin, but this can be changed. Funding an account is pretty simple, just a case of depositing money using their UI. Personal or bank checks may delay account access as they're less immediate. Now, withdrawal, of course, is where things can get complicated. Options vary from broker to broker and can be purposefully hard to find as a broker looks to hide anything that might put traders off. Things like unexpected fees, standard account access delays, and withdrawal waiting periods are all things a broker tries to hide. Processing times can vary from 24 hours to several weeks, so be sure to read the fine print carefully. Withdrawals are also subject to minimum withdrawal amounts. These amounts vary from broker to broker and, in most cases, must go through the original funding source due to money laundering protections. Fourth is all about their platforms. As this is the 21st century, most Forex and CFD brokers should have a reliable web or desktop platform. This trading platform should be used as the client's gateway to the market, so you must ensure the UI does everything it should in order for you to trade profitably. Check out online forums about the broker to see if you can track down any negative reviews about their platforms. Many brokers provide a choice of platforms, but most newcomers should stick with the default, at least at the beginning. Also, ensure that both desktop and web versions offer equal functionality. You don't want to be caught on a limited version in the middle of a time-sensitive trade. Most platforms are provided through third parties like MetaQuote software, the Forex industry's standard bearer, while others use in-house platforms. An in-house proprietary platform will provide a variety of uncommon features, normally added to stand out from their competition. Here's a handy little checklist of features you should look out for on all trading platforms. Comprehensive charting package, customizable watch lists, a wide range of technical indicators, one-click trading, sophisticated order entry, risk management tools, and portfolio management. All these features play a crucial role in ensuring a new trader enjoys a seamless and productive trading experience. Saying that, most platforms have the same bells and whistles, meaning it often comes down to which country they're regulated by, who has the lowest fees, or which has a better reputation. Whatever platform you choose, take it for a test drive first. A broker's free demo account is a perfect way to see if you'll get along with the platform. If the broker doesn't provide a demo account, walk away and don't look back. When looking for a Forex or CFD broker, you'll quickly find you're seeing MetaQuote Software's MetaTrader everywhere. This is now offered at more than 80% of all brokers in the United States, Europe, and Australia. This desktop, web, and app-supported platform is perfect for new Forex traders down to its easy customization, robust charting, and an API that supports hundreds of add-ons. Number 5, get specific into mobile platforms. All of the best Forex and CFD brokers will provide a slimmed-down mobile trading platform. Major platforms, including MetaTrader, now offer mobile and tablet versions for Android and iOS. If they don't, steer clear. All mobile platforms should synchronize with desktop and web versions, but don't expect all the features of a bigger platform. 6th on our checklist reminds you to check what features are on offer. Brokers try to distinguish themselves from industry rivals by offering what we like to call value-added services. These might include free market analysis, real-time news feeds, live streams, and trading signals. Most of these services are provided free of charge, but brokers may require a minimum account size for access. You should make a checklist of what type of advanced features you're looking for when you're shopping around. As well as standard add-ons, check out other tools they offer, like market scanners, VPNs, and notification alerts. Also, check for discounts or free high-volume trading. Some brokers even offer third-party integration, meaning you can use real-time data in combination with an off-the-shelf platform, like Elliott Wave software. Day traders and scalpers also benefit from specialized value-added services. Given the tight timeframes needed for these strategies, if you're looking to get into them, be sure to check for a diverse selection of instruments to scout out short-term trading opportunities. These can include a signal service, tools like an economic calendar, market news filtering, and real-time earnings releases. The 7th thing to check for is commissions and spreads. There are 3 types of cost structures Forex traders come across: the fixed spread, the floating spread, and commission. Unlike the majority of financial markets, Forex and CFD brokers mainly profit using spreads, giving them leeway to advertise as commission-free. Spreads very slightly ensure your buy prices are a little higher and your sell prices are a little lower. The first, the fixed spread, is where the spread doesn't change as the price fluctuates, so you know the cost before you trade. Then we have the commission cost structure. This is far more traditional and is simply a percentage of the natural market spread. This is usually far simpler, but be sure to read the small print before you start trading. Traders looking for predictability with transaction costs should go for fixed spreads, while on the other hand, traders looking to save money through entry and exit timing prefer floating spreads. At the end of the day, your specific trading needs and experience will determine the right choice for you. Number 8 is about an all-important safety net. Customer support is never a question of if you'll need them, but more of a case of when you'll need them. A time will come when you find yourself up against a finally damaging bug, which, unless solved quickly, could end up costing you more than your time. Ensuring a broker has a high-quality, knowledgeable customer service team is of paramount importance. To check this, have a look at all the online reviews you can find. If there's an issue, it'll not be hard to find. Ensure there are multiple ways to contact customer support too, as some brokers still rely on old-school ticketing systems and don't offer real-time chats or toll-free numbers. All reputable brokers will be able to provide clients with several ways to get in touch, including email, live chat, support tickets, and toll-free numbers. Bottom line, don't put yourself in the uncomfortable position of not knowing how your broker will handle your problem. Number 9 on our checklist ensures the broker empowers you to research. The best Forex and CFD brokers will offer plenty of research resources at no extra charge. These should include, but not be limited to, letting new traders do deep dives into the currencies they want to trade, with an eye on macro conditions or developing issues. These resources should include daily reports from Forex experts, long-term technical analysis, dates to watch, and live webinars on major Forex pairs and emerging opportunities. Number 10 is all about educational resources. A reputable Forex or CFD broker will offer a depth of educational resources. Offering or not offering educational resources says something quite deep about a broker's level of commitment towards newbie traders. Look for an on-site trading academy or university. These resources should have dozens of useful, up-to-date articles and videos supporting your skill building and education. If they don't offer anything like this, or what they have is from 1995 and they're explaining how the internet works, it's a pretty clear sign that you should steer clear. Don't trust anyone who doesn't want you to know too much. The final point on our checklist is a good list of some key questions you should look to ask any potential brokers. Where are you based? Where are you licensed and regulated from? How do you, the broker, make money? How do I deposit money? What is the minimum deposit? How do I withdraw money? Is there a minimum or maximum withdrawal? What is the maximum leverage? How do I open an account? And do you use MetaTrader or a proprietary platform? These questions are important to know, and if the broker is good, they won't have a problem answering them. Finding the best Forex or CFD broker is hard work, but worth the effort. To simplify your search, FXEmpire regularly puts out in-depth reviews of all major Forex and CFD brokers, running each broker through our checklist, seeing just how high their standards are. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this video useful, you'll probably find some of the links in the description pretty useful too. Did you learn something new? Maybe you feel we got something wrong or missed something important. Leave us a comment below to let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Stay strong out there, traders.